Hi everyone. My name is Alicia, and my husband and I are working on a frozen embryo transfer cycle. Um, and I just wanted to make this video because I don't know, I was really under the impression that doing a frozen embryo transfer would be like a lot easier in terms of how many times we had to go in for cycle monitoring and having to be on a lot less medication, as opposed to our first round of like full IVF, where we're actually doing egg retrieval and growing embryos and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm exhausted, if you can't tell. And it's I don't necessarily want to complain. I just feel like if you're considering a frozen embryo transfer, there are a variety of protocols depending on your body and your hormones and all kinds of different factors and you'll discuss that with your doctor, what makes the most sense for you. And I was kind of online because I'm having sort of some very unpleasant side effects at the moment. I was looking online and I didn't really see a lot of people who had a protocol that was similar to mine. So I just thought to make a video so that, if you're out there like me, waking up in the morning, are these side effects normal? There's some reference point for you. So yeah, I started my cycle on just the birth control pill. I feel like that's pretty standard for all of the other folks that I've watched. But yeah, so that's what I started on. I honestly would have to go look at a calendar, and I'm just like such a disaster right now. I'll talk to you about why that is. So I'm not entirely sure. But I started Lupron, I want to say like maybe 7 days ago, maybe even a little bit less than that. I haven't really been on it very long. I'm on just, depending on the needle, like one says 0.10 mcg, and the other needle, it's the same amount, but it labels it as 1 mcg. So I'm not on a high dose by any means. But yeah, so when I was on the birth control pill, that's not something I was ever able to tolerate, like prior to fertility treatments and stuff. Like, I tried the birth control pill, and even that amount of hormone didn't interact well with me. So I haven't been on it. I'm 33, and yeah, it's been quite a long time since I even tried birth control pill. Anyhow, so even with that, I found, I was a little nauseous, a little moody, but at least like laughably moody. I'm more like on the emotional side when I get moody, so I would sort of cry at something and realize it's nothing worth crying about, and then laugh at myself crying. And I don't know, I might come off as a bit odd perhaps to my husband, although at least I'm not angry. I think I'm happier being the way I am. But yes, since I've started the Lupron, I actually got up this morning and I contacted my clinic because I've seen other people say like, oh, I wasn't informed that these are possible side effects. Like, my clinic was fantastic. I'm working with a clinic in Toronto, in Ontario. And yeah, like, I was told very clearly what some of the side effects could have been, and I did read that, but I'm starting to experience them now, and I sort of didn't put enough emphasis on these side effects. So side effects I am experiencing at the moment, I'm gonna go through the list here. I'm on the wrong side of the page. Insomnia is one of the side effects, so that would be why I'm not wearing makeup, and I'm not really with it. Okay, so hot flashes. I've been having hot flashes. It only took me a couple days to start to experience those. But, in the first couple of days, it was like I would wake up in the night and be hot and just sort of like get up, restart, you know, my sleep process. I'd get back to sleep pretty quickly. So that wasn't really an issue. And I only seem to experience the hot flashes at night. Well, like I would say last night in particular and the night before. Yeah, the hot flashes are really severe. Yesterday I had hot flashes during the day as well, which was just frustrating. It was like, you know, I needed to I'd put a sweater on to get comfortable. It's winter here right now. And I'd put a sweater on to get comfortable and take it off 2 seconds later. Like, I just couldn't seem to find the right, combination to feel comfortable. However, like, yeah, this morning I woke up and like, gross. Like, I was just drenched in sweat, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but like, I'm changing my sheets because I'm pretty sure I just sweat all over them. Like, it was pretty intense. Sleep disturbance. It just says sleep disturbance. Some women that I've seen on other videos have been fortunate enough not to experience this. And kudos to you, but I'm not one of them. Sleep disturbance. So last night was the worst night. I'm like exhausted all the time. Fatigue is a side effect. But yeah, I closed my eyes to sleep, and basically it's like I'm just having these really vivid, unusual, and like almost, I won't say nightmare dreams, but like there's just negative emotion throughout the dreams. And I wake up so easily, which is not like me. My husband got up to go to work this morning, and I usually sleep right through that, but no, I was up. And not only was I up, by that point I had maybe slept, you know, in that broken, kind of disturbing sleep state for a few hours. And then I got up when my husband got up to go to work, and I was up for at least 3 more hours. And so when I say I got up this morning, what I mean is I was able to have a nap for maybe an hour and a half. And when I woke up from that nap, that's where I was having just a terrible dream. It was very stressful. And I woke up and I was just sweating. So yeah, I've maybe had, I'm going to say maybe 5 hours of broken sleep. And I'm just done. I don't even want to try anymore. So I'm just going to take it easy today. I'm also having, nausea. And over the last 2 days, I've started, to get some headaches as well. However, I have been able to take, like, if I take a regular Tylenol or an Advil, it doesn't do anything. But if I take like a Tylenol 1 with codeine, that it takes the edge off at least, which is nice. But yeah, that's where I'm at. And I was just a little concerned. It says here potential side effects, like on my little sheet from my clinic. It says potential side effects, and it says please contact your physician if you experience any of these or any other adverse reactions. So I was like, well, I don't think this is supposed to be pleasant, but is it abnormal? So I contacted my clinic today, and they are fantastic. Essentially, they just informed me that, you know, they wanted to inquire, like, how significant are the side effects you're having? What exact side effects are you having? And the big question is, can you tolerate it? And I would say at this point, we've sort of set up our life so that I don't have a lot of responsibility on myself while we're going through the frozen embryo transfer process. Because, yeah, this will be our 4th, I'm going to say assisted reproductive procedure. So we know it takes a lot of time. You don't feel very well. It's hard to just kind of manage normal life for me. So, in terms of can I tolerate this, because I don't have to get up and go to work and have a set time in which I have to get my sleep, In my case, yeah, I can tolerate this a little bit longer. Hopefully things don't get too much worse than this. And unfortunately, if I do find that I'm not able to tolerate the side effects, the only solution is just to stop the cycle, stop the medication, and basically start a new cycle later, with different medication. So really crossing my fingers things don't get too much worse. We've had to put off a frozen embryo transfer because we just had all kinds of craziness going on in our life. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that with folks. So, but ultimately I was advised, like, these side effects happen. There's nothing harmful about them. But like, my mental health is a real thing as well. So, you know, there's a certain limit to which people can take in terms of not sleeping and feeling nauseous all the time, and sort of honestly being like a little afraid to try and sleep because the dreams are quite disturbing sometimes. But yeah, so that's where I'm at I think day 6 or 7 of Lupron injections. And yeah, like, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I'm hoping I can just kind of condense and discuss kind of our whole frozen embryo transfer, and hopefully have some good news at the end and maybe share this with folks. But I just wanted to get this recorded, so that, yeah, folks out there, you know that if you're doing a cycle something like mine, then you are not alone. And also, as I mentioned, my doctors have contacted me and told me, you know, it's uncomfortable, but there's nothing physically dangerous happening. It's just a matter of tolerance, because that does count as well. We don't want to have stress levels up too high either. So yeah, anyway, wish me luck. I hope this is as bad as it gets. If I just maintain this up until the 27th, I go in for monitoring again. Hopefully that's also the day they say you're done with Lupron and we move on to the next thing. Yeah, that's my rant. Talk to y'all soon.